Number two, so Dance With Me. This was one of the later releases. This is one that you had co-produced. Man, I'll tell you, the first time I heard this chorus, I was like, this is huge. Like, I can envision like soccer stadiums belting these olays out when someone scores a goal. I'm curious, do you have any like fun insight you could share on how this track came together?
Yeah, that was actually one of the second ideas that we started when Tom started kind of putting ideas together.
Mm.
And it started off as like this, I had an intro and I was like, are we doing intros? Like, is that kind of...
Can we do those in Blink?
Yeah, I'm like, I was very cognizant of kind of being the bearer of bad news all the time and kind of keeping us on task of what this record should be. And it goes back to what I was saying about neighborhoods and dogs eating dogs and all that stuff, is that Blink should be Blink, Angels should be Angels. It's like, we're going to have the guitar sounds that there's got to be a clear distinction between Blink and Angels. Same thing with synths. I mean, there's been synths all over Blink stuff since Enema, really. Actually, there were organs and stuff in Dude Ranch and whatnot, but but let's not make any of those things a focal point. If we can't do it with a guitar, or we need to fill up space to kind of create atmosphere or something, then cool. But to sit there and like make something be heavily reliant on synths or big intros, like, let's just try to stay away from that. Like, let's keep it simple and whatnot. And that goes for when I say my intentions or what I thought it should be, that's just me talking to me and to Tom. Like, other than Blink Wave, I was not really involved in the sessions, like, with all three of them. So it was never me calling any sort of like shots and saying, I'd have opinions and I'd tell Tom, and maybe he'd, go and mention it, like, oh, Aaron had this idea, blah, blah, blah. But still, as an engineer, I think you kind of have to have your thinking cap on and know that, because at the end of the day, the sounds that I come up with are going to be on the record. So it's got to sound like Blink. And I think that's just drilling that in on our side of things, I think helped stay on task and have this still be a Blink record and have it be completely different than Angels.
Yeah. And you're unique in that you created on the Angels side, that sound. So you know exactly what that is. And you know exactly how to not be that. So that's rad.
Right. Yeah. And yeah, that's a kind of a good thing. And it's also kind of a good thing on my end, because I wanted to do something different. I wanted to be part of a Blink album that sounded like blink-182. Like, this is kind of like, if you could have a fan make your record, what would it sound like? And I kind of felt like this is a cool opportunity to do that.
Yeah, man.
Going from like, what did I love about Blink-182? How do I communicate that to Tom or make it known to Travis and Mark? Like, I think this is quintessential Blink-182. And how do we take that and make it still refreshing for 2023?
Dude, that fucking gave me goosebumps because I'm thinking about you speaking to your younger self as a kid at Soma watching
Yeah.
Blink, probably 94, 95, 96, that range. Dude, what would that kid say looking at you now? Like, dude, you fucking co-produced, co-wrote, like all over this new Blink-182 number one
Yeah.
album. It's crazy, dude.
It's absolutely insane. And it was a completely different feeling than like all the Angels stuff, just because it was Blink is its own beast. It's its own world. I think Blink 182 is bigger than Mark, Tom, and Travis.
Yeah,
It's like it's taken on a whole thing.
yeah,
I think
totally.
even Tom's like still shocked.
Dude, like I was stoked Tom's coming back, of course, and I had pretty high expectations, and they've even fucking blown me away. Dude, this album like blew me away, and then even more so, like going out on tour and seeing fucking like sold out stadiums, dude. Like here I am with my little Blink podcast for the past 4 or 5 years, like praising Blink. So when I walk out and there's a stadium full of everybody just going fucking nuts, I'm like, dude, this is huge. Like this is big.
You're like, why aren't there more people listening to my podcast? Where are you guys?
Like, where were you guys the past few years?
Yeah, come on, guys.